Let's talk about the release date, the potential release date for the Tesla Model Y Juniper in the US, because we've got posts, we've got launches, we've got launch series all over the world for the Model Y refresh. But it's been a little quiet for the US. So shout out to Jawa. Jawa is a great partner. We use their phone mount on all their Teslas. So definitely if you want to check out Jawa and all their different Tesla accessories, definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. Find a Tesla discount on it. But here's a great post from them. Tesla Taiwan, which is one of the countries that the Model Y Juniper has been released, is showing deliveries in 5 to 6 months. And of course, this was the other day. Quote, China is showing March. We know China got the first release, they got the launched edition release, and they were the first website and country to post it. And even then, they are still showing a March delivery for the Tesla Model Y refresh, which is like what, 2 months give or take from now. I mean, we don't know if that's March 1st, March 15th, or the end of the quarter for March. Quote, this is because Taiwan gets his cars from the US, talking about the 5 to 6 months. Quote, so we expect a launch in the US soon. Deliveries would likely be 1 month earlier as it's 1 month shipping to Taiwan. So that means June, which is funny because we've been saying June for Juniper for a while. So we could this gives us a little bit more insight and a little bit more data on when this Model Y Juniper, when it actually could release. I'm still holding to my guns that an announcement for the USA market will be later this month, and definitely will be before the earnings call, which is on January 29th, because they want to speak to that, right? They want to be like, hey, guess what, everybody? We've got this new refresh Model Y. It's got cool features and everything. Pre-orders for it were like in the 50,000 for the China market and much more for the US market. And so certainly we could see some sort of an excitement, some sort of at least a launch date or a launch series or a website update series for the US market in the next week or so for the US market. So the question to everybody that's watching, like, hey, are you waiting for the Model Y Juniper, or are you waiting for a deal? And is that a deal on the older generation, the current generation, or is that a deal on the Model Y Juniper when it actually comes out? But certainly very interesting. I mean, taking a look at this, because usually Marquez, or at least Marquez, got access to the Cybertruck when it got released and made a video about it, and that was typically the video announcement with him partnered with, or him plus like Haggerty and a bunch of other handful of YouTubers got access to it first and then made their videos and then released it. But now I'm kind of curious here. Maybe Marquez is not going to get this release because he already posted about it and all the different features, and I would imagine if he got access to the new Model Y, he would be under some sort of embargo or anything, and he wouldn't be able to talk about it at all about the new Model Y. But he's already talking about it, so maybe he didn't or was not able to get access to it. Or maybe Tesla's not doing that same strategy that they used to do with working with press and all those different YouTubers and everything like that. But still, very interesting to see. Let us know, when do you foresee the Model Y Juniper actually coming out in the US? When do you think the order pages will launch? And are you waiting to get it, or are you going to be getting something else? Because we put a poll out there. I asked the question, is the refresh Model Y Juniper enough of an upgrade to make you trade in your old generation Tesla Model Y? And 32% said, yep, can't wait. But 39%, an overwhelming majority, said, nope, I am keeping my old Tesla Model Y. And then, of course, 21% said depends on the numbers, right? Of course, at the end of the day, it depends on the numbers for most people. If it's a good deal, if it makes sense, and you're not losing too much money on your current Model Y, which you might, because like current Model Y values are already starting to tank in the low 20s to 25,000s, and depending on when you bought it, like if you bought it in the other times when prices for Model Y were 55, 65, or even close to 70,000, then certainly it could be an interesting time to see how Tesla's going to try and entice everybody to try and get into a new Tesla Model Y when they might be in their old Model Y, or maybe they just bought their current Model Y. We are starting to definitely see more deals and discounts. We're trying to track all the best ones down below in our deal spreadsheet where you can find the best deals. $4,000 off, $5,000 off Model Ys, like this one right here. Ultra Red Model Y Performance, $5,120 off. Here's another one. Black long range all-wheel drive, $4,450 off. And the beauty with these is that this is before the Tesla referral code, where you can save up to another extra $1,000 off of a Tesla, and you can find that Tesla referral code down below in the description. But pretty interesting stuff with this Model Y Juniper. Here's another post about the stock on the steering wheel, or at least on the steering wheel, not necessarily the stock. Quote, the new Model Y provides effortless control with the precision engineered indicator stock, thoughtfully redefined based on valuable customer feedback. We've introduced customizable steering wheel switches, allowing quick and intuitive operations of the most frequently used vehicle functions to better meet the driver's needs. So this kind of gives me insight that maybe this turn signal or stock might not necessarily be only for turn signals. Maybe you'll be able to change it, maybe just for drive reverse if you want it to be able to use some sort of switch, or maybe they're going to be able to have some customization of it as well. And then in terms of range, it seems like looking at some of the numbers at some of the sleuths, we're able to take a look at the range will be increased by 3.4% by reducing its drag coefficient from 0.23 to 0.22. And then here are some of the estimated WLTP ranges, which is not the EPA ranges. So don't get too excited when you see numbers like 331, or I guess this is converted, right? Potentially new Model Y 342. No, actually that would be, I would imagine that could be the correct EPA range, but I guess we'll wait and see when it actually comes out. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking.